housing in Texas is failing because of the law SB 17 and the eminent domain. I have no idea what that means, but we're about to find out from these videos. Welcome back to my Christian take on this, where we watch some strange, not so strange videos. Let's dive in.
Did you know that starting on September 1st, certain people are now banned from buying property in Texas? Let's dive in. Starting back on September 1st, Texas has a brand new law called SB 17, and this is huge in real estate. Here's the deal. It restricts companies and people from certain countries like China, Russia, Iran, and North Korea. They are now excluded from buying property here in Texas. And I'm not just talking farmland, I'm talking houses, I'm talking commercial property, even water and mineral rights. Now, are there some exceptions? Absolutely. U.S. citizens, green card holders, and people who are here legally to obtain their primary residence. But if you don't meet that criteria, the Attorney General can now step in. And the penalties are steep, up to 50% of the property's market value or state jail felony. Bottom line, SB 17 changes who can and can't buy property in Texas. If you're buying, selling, or investing, you need to know the rules, or it could cost you big. And realtors and brokers, don't think you're out of the water here. If you are knowingly and willingly helping them, you are also facing penalties. Fines can be the greater of $250,000 or the market value of the property. The Attorney General can also bring a civil suit against you as an individual or your brokerage as an entity. And scary, you could also be looking at state jail felonies as well, up to 2 years and up to $10,000 in penalties. So realtors, you're not just risking your commission, you're risking a civil lawsuit, you're risking criminal charges, and you're risking losing your license if TREC deems it misconduct. Okay, so that's SB 17. What do you think? Smart protection or government overreach? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.
I am learning a lot from this video, but it is early to say whether this is a good or a bad thing. Is the government protecting the citizens? Is it not? It's hard to tell, and I just can't wait to hear more and get more information as we keep watching together.
Hey everybody, it is your realtor Dave here with a major update on the Texas housing market, and it's not what sellers are going to want to hear. This past April, we saw the lowest level of home sales all year. During what should have been the hottest part of the buying season, it's turned into a slow mess. Now, even with inventory at a 14-year high, buyers, they're just not showing up. Now, let's break down some of the stats. Texas had 142,000 active listings in April, up 31% from last year and up 41% from pre-COVID. And over 60,000 homes were listed in a single month, but they're just sitting. Why? Well, because rates are high, prices are high, and costs keep climbing from HOA dues and utilities to insurance premiums and everything in between. Now, as a result, home sales are down 3.4% statewide compared to last year. Austin, they dropped 13%, DFW 5%, Houston 3%, and prices are starting to slide too. In Austin, you're seeing 2.1% decrease, San Antonio 1%, statewide price growth just 0.3%, so basically flat. Now, Houston, it held out until May, but it's now seeing the biggest price drop it ever has since 2003. Now, what we're seeing now is a true shift towards a buyer's market, but not because demand is booming. It's because the listings, well, they're just piling up and just sitting there longer. If this trend continues, we could see even more price reductions heading into the summer and more accumulation of listings. Now, how do we fix this? Well, you can contact your Congress representative, your mayor, your city council at the local level. Start pushing them to slow down new building permits. All these new homes and apartments that are going up everywhere, just adding to the problem. But it can be fixed at the local level. Now, at the national level, reach out to your representatives and have them put pressure on the Fed to lower the interest rate. The time for 7% rates, it ended 2 years ago. We need to be in the 5s now. So drop a comment if you have any questions, and I'll do my best to answer them.
I have a lot of questions, but let's first keep watching.
Here's Joe from Georgia. So it does appear that the state of Texas is getting ready to have a housing crisis, and it's a housing crisis where there's too many homes on the market. And what it's doing is it's going to be driving down the prices of those homes. And also the people who were coming to Texas in droves, they were growing quicker than ever. Well, that trend has stopped. People aren't moving to Texas the way they were. Texas and Florida has a lot in common right now with the number of homes that are on the market and the number of buyers who aren't there anymore because they're not moving to those states. And it's happening right now. So the folks who came in the last few years and paid exorbitant prices for homes in Texas are now losing their value, and they're having a problem selling those homes with an oversupply of inventory on the market. So Texas, welcome to the party of you and Florida. It's going to be very interesting to see how it all works out in the housing market.
So I feel like for some people, it's a trap. They're stuck with their house. You know what I mean? Like if you have to move, if you need to sell, whatever, you could be stuck with your house for an additional 3, 4, 5, 6 months. Or like what we're seeing right now, we're seeing a lot of like accidental landlords. They can't sell their house, so they're deciding to rent for a year or two.
There is. So, let's get a little bit more tactical, maybe with understanding the opportunity here, because I think a lot of times it's easy to create content and we're talking from this level, like, oh yeah, just rent it out. And like literally, like Judy, you're living in Frisco right now. Listed your property in May, May 1st.
Just completed a renovation. I'm so excited for it to go on the market.
Yep.
Someone's going to love it.
It's a beautiful house. I'm sure it is. It's Frisco, Texas. We get it. It's not selling. It hasn't sold. You haven't got any offers. It's sitting. What do you do?
All right, so yesterday I had to inform my clients that, hey, we're still priced too high. We have not had any showings in almost 3 weeks. They started out the price higher than I wanted them to. I told them that's fine if that's where you want to list, but be prepared. The market's not demanding this price and you're going to have to make a change. So we did. About 10 days in, we made a change. And it's still sitting. Nobody's looking at it. There's no inquiries. So I prepared some reports, sent over some spreadsheets, and just gave them some black and white data. Hey, look, here's what's going on, here's what the market's doing, and here's where we are as far as pricing is concerned. So their response back to me is that they want to pull the listing for a month or so and then put it back on the market. And I told them that that's fine, but if they're not going to change the price from where we're sitting, then nothing is still going to happen.
One Nolan County family is dealing with the hardships of eminent domain. Now, that's a David and Goliath type of story, and that is seen more frequently in these types of cases. This family is personally trying to resist Encore Electric Company and its plans to install a substation on a farm that's been in that family for more than 100 years. KRBC's Tobin Smith brings us more on this family's struggles.
Imagine someone waltzing into your home, taking your property, and them telling you it's all perfectly legal. It's called eminent domain, and it's exactly what the Hale family in the small Nolan County community of Maryneal is facing.
Basically, the commissioners are going to set a price that Encore is supposed to pay for what they're going to take from us.
The family says they've received this letter from Encore Energy Company saying that they were going to use eminent domain to take a 13-acre portion of their farm that has been in their family for over 120 years to build an electric substation. It's a notion that Kyle and Risa Hale are baffled by.
We declined their original offer and said thank you but no thank you, this is family land. And from there they said, well, if the answer is no, then eminent domain, because we're standing in the way of progress, and we've been fighting that ever since.
Now that claim brings them to the Nolan County Courthouse for a hearing between the family and Encore representatives and their lawyers. Attorney for the Hale family, Jacob Letterly, spoke to the possible outcomes for these types of situations.
The eminent domain process in Texas is really a two-pronged process. You have that special commissioners hearing, which we had today, and they determine the value that the company's going to have to pay for taking these folks' land. And after that, either side can appeal it and we can go to a full jury trial.
The interest for the Hale family goes beyond mere land, as this property was where their only son Joshua would spend a great amount of time on the family farm visiting his great-grandmother. Joshua is now enlisted in the United States Navy, and after his great-grandmother's passing, a home on the property was left to him as a home port. Now Kyle and Risa fear that their son won't get to return to the home he once knew and grew up in.
This is home. I mean, that is his place of residence. And he's not here to fight for it, so we have to.
Hoping to keep the family farm intact for the next generation. For BigCountryHomepage.com, I'm Tobin Smith.
Thank you, Tobin. The Hale family says they have attempted to work with Encore to negotiate another location on the property for that substation that would not affect the family cattle business. But the Hales say that their efforts so far have not been successful. We attempted to reach out to Encore, but it declined to comment on this situation.
I don't know, you guys tell me about this eminent domain and things like that, but I don't think that it's fair to this beautiful family.
Sellers who are overpricing their damn homes, and buyers and agents who are like, are you out of your mind? Where the hell are you getting that number? Whilst we talk, can we talk about the fact that the double-decker taco is back? It is, the Y2K menu. Yeah, I like Taco Bell. If you don't, I don't care. I got fire sauce instead of mild because I was feeling a little fiery. I am a little worried that I'm going to get it on my t-shirt. I am getting ready to speak in a couple hours at Rosemary Lewis's Real Estate Bestie Conference here in North Dallas. I mean, how do you get on stage and explain fire sauce on your white t-shirt? You don't. You just say, I have fire sauce on my shirt. I got a message from somebody on TikTok here, and she was asking me about what I would do when the buyers really want to buy a house and the value looks significantly off. Like when you do comps, she's saying the value's like way off, like over $100,000 off, and the buyers want the house. And she was sending me this message because I had done a video the other day about submitting lowball offers and the tact that you have to have when you submit a lowball offer. It's a very popular video. Here's what I did last week. This exact thing came up with a buyer that we have here from TikTok. Hey, John. This specific house is owned by the agent, and she is a very new agent, and they flipped this house. Well, in this neighborhood, it is way over improved. There's some updates to this neighborhood with some of the houses, but they're pretty basic updates, and this home is like way updated. And it's been on the market for over 90 days, so the market's also telling her that it's overpriced. So she did lower it, and it's still like 50 grand overpriced. So we submitted an offer. They would not counter. We went back to our buyer. They decided to just go in with their best offer. Love it, lose it, whatever. Here's where we're at. So we went back to with that offer, and the seller would not counter back. The conversation that we had with our buyer was, how long are you going to be in the home? And they said 3 to 5 years. With that time frame on a house that has been over improved for the neighborhood, they're going to need to stay there 5 to 7 years to make up the difference. Probably not the best buy for them. And we talked about, do you love the house? Like, if you love the house, there's got to be a number where you're like, you know what, I love it so much, I'm going to go ahead and eat it. Like for me, it's $25,000. I will eat $25,000 if I really love the house. Like I'm going to get $25,000 more worth of joy out of that house. So I will roll the dice on whether I get it back or not. 50 feels like a bad purchase. So for our buyers, after they did not get their offer accepted, we found another house, a better house. Better buy, just a better value, great area. So what's not to love about that? So many of the things that they really loved about the other house that was so overpriced, are cosmetic things. It wasn't even necessarily that. Oh my god, the fire sauce was hot. It wasn't even so much that it had like a great lot or there were external things that gave the house value, that you were like, oh my god, the trees, like I just want to be around these trees, so I would pay an extra 25 grand for the trees. No, they were like countertops and floors, which in 5 to 7 years, this shit's gonna be out of style anyways. Found a better home. It's gonna put them in a way better financial position when they go to sell. And good luck to the other lady. When are they gonna bring the enchilada back?
At this point, I need you guys' help to help me understand what's going on. Is this about the government? Is this about seasons? Is this about just housing in general? What is this about? Because I do not understand, and I don't have a take on this because my thoughts are everywhere and I need to understand. Please guys, I need you to tell me what's going on. Is this about the government? Is this about the law? Is the law good? Is it bad? Is this just about Texas? Is this about the Chinese? What's going on? And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.